It separated the two ideas and then exaggerated them both. In one way man was to be haughtier than he had ever been before. In another he was to be humbler than he had ever been before. Insofar as I am man, I am the chief of creatures. Insofar as I am a man, I am the chief of sinners. All humility that had meant pessimism, and that had meant man taking a vague or mean view of his whole destiny, all that was to go. We were to hear no more the wail of Ecclesiastes, that humanity had no preeminence over the brute, or the awful cry of Homer that man was only the saddest of all the beasts of the field. Man was a statue of God walking about the garden. Man had preeminence over all the brutes. Man was only sad because he was not a beast, but a broken god. The Greek had spoken of men creeping on the earth as if clinging to it. Now man was to tread on the earth as if to subdue it. Christianity thus held a thought of the dignity of man that could only be expressed in crowns arrayed like the sun and fans of peacock plumage. Yet at the same time it could hold a thought about the abject smallness of man that could only be expressed in fasting and fantastic submission. In the grey ashes of St. Dominic and the white snows of St. Bernard, when one came to think of oneself, there was vista and void enough for any amount of bleak abnegation and bitter truth. There the realistic gentleman could let himself go, as long as he let himself go at himself. There was an open playground for the happy pessimist, and let him say anything against himself, short of blaspheming the original aim of his being. Let him call himself a fool, and even a damned fool, and though that is Calvinistic, but he must not say that fools are not worth saving. He must not say that a man, qua man, can be valueless. Here again, in short, Christianity got over the difficulty of combining furious opposites by keeping them both, and keeping them both furious. The Church was positive on both points. One can hardly think too little of oneself. One can hardly think too much of one's soul.